What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. How's everybody doing? I know everyone is having a legendary week. 3 in a row, baby. I hope y'all like the new NFR jacket your boy just got. But anyway, of course, we're going to review the Niners' epic win on Sunday versus Minnesota. But of course, before we get started with all that, we want to remind you to listen to the end of the show to get a special coupon code to save 10% off of For the Faithful by the Faithful apparel, exclusively available at NinerFaithfulRadio.com/shop. Get your officially licensed Niner gear from shop49ers.com through our affiliate link. Not only do you save 10%, but it really does help out the show. The link will be available in the description of this video or podcast, or you can see it scrolling across your screen right now. Go to cgiant.com. Use the promo code NinerFaithfulRadio to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. Go to NinerFaithfulRadio.com/subscribe to see everywhere you can find the show. Follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio, and Twitter at Niner Faithful R. Ladies and gentlemen, faithful of all ages, let's get the show cracking. Hello, what's going on? Let's go, Niners. What's up, Victor? What's cracking with you? I see you. What's cracking, bro? You know, what's up, bro? You know how I'm doing, living that 6-5 lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Yay! Anyway, I'm doing legendary. How y'all doing? So yeah, Niners. We're gonna start off with obviously the bad news from the game. Debo will miss 1 to 2 is expected. Sorry, to miss 1 or 2 weeks. Fred Warner will miss the first game of his career this week, but the Niners expect him to come back next week against Cincinnati. And also Dre Greenlaw re-injured his surgically repaired groin and is day-to-day with the aggravation of that groin. And although Marcel Harris was cleared from concussion protocol during the game, he returned to the facility Monday experiencing some concussion-like symptoms, so he is back in the protocol. And Trey Sermon can miss significant time with the ankle injury. Let me see. The rookie running back is a short-term IR candidate given the length of his recovery. And then lineman Contavious Street status with a wrist injury is day-to-day. And then D Ford, they hope that we'll be back this week. They thought that he could return on the road. They hope that he could return this week. Let's see, on the road to 3K. Hey, let's do it, brother. I'm hoping Jawan Jennings is stepping up. Yeah, me too. Yeah, 6-5. We got it. You know that, Victor. No, honestly, I'm so fired up for Jawan Jennings. Let's go ahead and start right there. I thought that we were going to miss Mohamed Sanu a lot more than we have. Not that he was a significant contributor on offense, but, you know, he was perfect for the role that we had him in, which is a third receiver, you know, third down, red zone type of target. And Jawan Jennings has stepped up marvelous. I knew he would. I was excited. If you watched last year's show, I was excited about Jawan Jennings. I think that he could be that physical presence in the red zone that we've been missing, especially now that KB isn't here anymore. I think that, you know, Shanahan talked about him Sunday night, And he said that, he was placed on COVID, then got an injury. And so he was kind of behind the eight ball. And he's like, look, it's hard for people to take people's, spots during, the season because you're not really competing in practice. You're practicing for the game. So whatever plays that you have designed for a play, a certain player, or you want to practice the design, who you're going to run the play with. And so if the play's meant for Mohamed Sanu, you're not going to have Jawan Jennings run it. But he stepped up marvelous. You know what? Matter of fact, let's go and look at the box score and see what he had. 2 receptions for 24 yards for a touchdown on 3 targets. So it wasn't like, a dominant performance. But, I mean, what do you expect for really, let's be honest, the 4th receiver on the team? The 4th receiving option, at least. What, you're not going to choose him over Kettle? You're not going to, yeah, I'm sure. I could choose him over Debo. And I would hope that you would choose Brandon Ayuk over him. Which, by the way, shout out to BA. Definitely bouncing back. He had 3 receptions for 91 yards on 6 targets. So they're targeting him a lot more. And he's starting to get, the yardage that we didn't see him get. I mean, that's pretty close to what he had, going into the bye week. And here we are, he has that in 1 game. If you excuse me for 1 second, y'all, while I share this on your boys' Facebook page. Wait, hold on. Join Niner Faithful as he reviews Niners Vikings. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. It only lets me do this after a certain amount of time that I've been live. There we go. So let me see. Here we go. Hello, Niners, 3 players you pick on the road across America with. Hello, what 3 Niners would you pick on a road trip across America with? That's that's a pretty good question. Yams YouTuber. I gotta go with Kettle. Kettle is gonna have a fun time. Mike McGlinchey. I think that Mike McGlinchey would be fun on a road trip because Mike McGlinchey is gonna be able to pick some good slaps. And I think Jimmy. Jimmy's gonna be cool. He's gonna, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, you show up to a club with Jimmy Garoppolo, you're gonna get, VIP treatment, and all the girlies are gonna want to come with you. So yeah, that's probably who I would take on a road trip across America with, just off the top of my head. Thanks for tuning in. By the way, we coming for that ass. I hope you know. 5 in a row. Anyway, against the Yams at least. So I think that I want to pretty much start this part of the segment of the show by giving big props to Jimmy Garoppolo. I was pretty hard on him during the losing streak. I did come on this show and I did call to start Trey Lance. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The tape's out there, so I can't say, oh no, I never said that. No, I did say that. And yeah, we'll see. You know what? Y'all been saying that for years. I'm not even gonna get into that. Come holler at me week 17, bro. Anyway, we're actually gonna be in LA. Me and the girlie are gonna be in LA. I don't know if we're gonna go to the game yet, but we'll definitely be in SoCal for that game. Great picks. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. That's just off the top of my head, without really thinking about it. But I believe there's quite a few candidates to have a great road trip with Niner players. But oh yeah, my bad. Week 18. Game 17, week 18. My bad. My brain's still. It was so funny the other day. I was actually sitting to myself and I was like, bro, we gotta go. We can only lose 1 game. Woo. We got to get 10 wins. And I was like, oh, wait, we could lose 2 games and still get 10 wins. The 17 games hasn't fully clicked in. But, I'm looking at, Jimmy really bounced back. I mean, yeah, he missed some throws, even especially there in the 3rd quarter, but Jimmy was dropping some dimes. And I think what we saw this game is a full Jimmy Garoppolo experience, which is, he didn't start off that great. He was, I want to say 1 of 5 to start the game, and something like 3 of 8, at one point in time, but he ended up finishing the game 17 of 26. That's the kind of game I need from Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't need Jimmy to pass the ball more than 26 times, because that means we got 39 run plays. And let's be real, we're a football team that wants to run the football. We are on a 3-game winning streak. Each time has been 39 plus. This is the only week that we didn't reach the 40-yard rushing eclipse, but we got a season high rushing yards. So that's probably why we didn't get as many rushing attempts. But it's very clear that we've won 3 games in a row. We've ran more than we've passed and dominated in the run game. That's not a coincidence of why we won 3 in a row. This is what this football team is built to do. This is how this football team's built to win. Now, does that mean we can't win in other ways? No, that doesn't mean necessarily we can't win in other ways. And I'd be curious if I was, if I was a fly on the wall in the offensive meetings going into the Yams game, I'd be curious of how they really felt about only rushing the ball 9 times against Arizona. Because, Kyle Shanahan said that's what the defense, dictated that game. Yeah, but every defense, let's be real. I mean, the Yams YouTuber will tell you any team that plays the Niners is going to load up to stop the run and force Jimmy Garoppolo to beat them. I mean, that's literally the formula on how you're going to beat the Niners. That's how I would try to beat us. I'm going to load the blocks and make sure you don't run the ball on me and say, hey, Jimmy, pass 30 plus times. If you go ahead and throw for 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, I'll take my chances on that. Not that Jimmy can't do that, but that's definitely the best formula I believe to beat this team. But it still hasn't mattered, which is honestly why I'm fired up by the way we've been playing. Because, George Kittle, I think, said, I know it's not his quote, but he has a quote saying, the greatest feeling on planet Earth is moving a man from one point to another against his will. I mean, that's just seriously. What did I say, Zimmer? Whatever their freaking coach name is, I can't think of the Vikings coach right now. He is a little bitch. I'm sorry, you want to whine and cry about how we hold every play? I promise you, I didn't get an opportunity to do this, but I recorded the Niners game, the game on Sunday, and I'm gonna go watch every one of their offensive plays, and I'd be way more surprised that Nick Bosa isn't held on every play. So don't talk about holding. I don't want to hear that. With literally, we saw the images of Nick Bosa's jersey week 1, and I would be very curious on how many holding calls he's gotten. George Kittle talked about 3 times getting pretty much hugged and almost tackled and only got 1 holding call. So I don't want to hear that shit about how we hold every play. I mean, I love George Kittle when he just straight up said, you know what, tell your guy, if you want to whine and cry on the sideline, tell your guys to make better plays. He's just pissed because they got manhandled again. I mean, listen to the stat line. Total rushing yards, 208, 5.3 yards per carry, and 3 rushing touchdowns with only a long of 49. That's winning Niner football. That's how we're going to make it a run at number 6, by playing that type of football. Sacking Kirk Cousins, I mean, that second half, it seemed like we were all over him. How many sacks did we have? Wow, it really literally does not give you the sacks here. Wow, okay, here we go. Here we got the sacks. So we got only 1 sack. Wow, it felt like we had a lot more sacks. Only 3 quarterback hits. That's actually not that great. Wow, we literally didn't have a kick return at all. Huh. That's kind of crazy. Robbie Gould missing a field goal. It's almost to the point like, what else is new? Well, actually, he's been pretty good this year. I shouldn't say it like that, but I feel that this game was everything that we wanted to be. Hold on. I gotta share my screen with y'all for a second, just because I want to show the faithful one of the most beautiful sights I've seen all season. Give me 1 second. Share my screen. Share screen. Here we go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Let me refresh it. Hold on, sorry, it's taking a second to refresh. What the hell? Okay, that was weird. Okay, here we go. Loading. Look at that. Why is it literally did not refresh? It did not refresh our record. Okay, there we go. 6 and 5, 5th place. Only one game out of the Yams. Only one game out of first place or out of 5th place. Only one game behind the Yams with us holding the tiebreaker. Woo! How beautiful is that? Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. How much time are we at? Yeah, why don't we go ahead and run our commercial? We'll go ahead and give away the Kettle offensive MVP of the week and the Bam Bam defensive player MVP of the week. And so here we go. All right, for those who are watching on Facebook and YouTube, which, only one person watching on Twitch. Let me know who your Kettle Corn and Bam Bam offensive and defensive MVPs of the week are. Before I go ahead and give you mine about 2.5 minutes. Sorry, y'all. I just got off a long day at work. It was a pretty long day for your boy. We gave the updates on that. I don't see anybody else. I think it should be pretty obvious who the offensive MVP of the week is. I'll give away some honorable mentions as well. Let me see. Some also a little bit of concerns, but I know who both of them are going to be, obviously. Where is it? What was I looking for? Where is it? Okay. Here we go. That's what I was waiting for. How much time do we have left on this? 1:25. All right, so we'll go ahead and delay for the next 1:25. But yeah, man, big shout outs to Debo. Oh, they're just showing on Twitter. They're showing Bam Bam mic'd up. His freaking hamstring didn't look that bad. He was jumping up and down just fine right there. That might have been before he hurt it. Who knows? But let me see. Okay, let me see where we at. 45 seconds. Yeah. Tibertay's record day. So, I actually, you know what? I should slap myself for getting this far without, I literally did it too for those who are listening on the podcast. We're getting this far without even at least mentioning Debo. So we got 30 seconds, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. But big shout out to Debo. Man, first Niner receiver with 1,000 yards rushing in 7 years. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 6 full seasons without 1,000-yard receiver since Anquan Bolden did it in 2014. All right, let me see. Countdown 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're back. So, before we get in the Bam Bam and Kettle Corn MVPs of the week, I want to give a big shout out and honorable mention to one Mr. Deebo Samuel, becoming the first wide receiver to eclipse 1,000 yards in first receiver to eclipse 1,000 yards in a season since Anquan Bolden did it in 2014, and only the third member in team history to eclipse 1,000 yards within the first 11 games of the season. The other being Jerry Rice, who did it 6 times, and T.O., who did it twice. Man, I'm so glad the Niners didn't listen to me and trade Deebo for Julio Jones. Oh man, I'm so glad the Niners don't listen to me about a lot of things, like not drafting Patrick Willis, not drafting Frank Gore. Man, I've been around. Although I am pissed they didn't listen to me and draft Aaron Rodgers, but I want to draft Aaron Rodgers. Now I'll admit it was very back then being 19. It wasn't really based off of any film study or anything like that. It was just simple off the fact that he was a Niner fan. And, yeah, I tend to want my team to pick players that are Niner fans if all things are tied. But I will go to my grave saying that Aaron Rodgers probably wouldn't have been the quarterback that he was without A, sitting for as long as he did behind Brett Favre, and B, if he went to the Niners organization, because you know what? Our organization was a complete disaster then. And so who knows what Aaron Rodgers' career would have been. He should be slinging his lucky stars maybe. But although I don't know, I believe that we'd at least won one championship with him. But without further ado, we're going to get into our Kettle Corn MVP of the week. One, Mr. Elijah Mitchell, who not only has a broken finger with a pen in his hand, but he carried the ball 27 times for 133 yards for a 4.9 average and 1 touchdown with a long of 15. That literally means with a long of 15. So that means on 26 carries, he got, let me see, take away 5 is 28, 118 yards on 26 carries. That's a lot of 2, 3, 4 yard runs that he had right there. I mean, I have to go through and look at the box score to see exactly, how many rushing and passing yards that he had. But am I live on Facebook? Let me see. Hold on. Because I don't have anybody watching on Facebook, it says. I'm still live. So we're live on Twitch too. Let me check, make sure we're live on YouTube. Let me see. All right, y'all. 1 second. Niner faithful. Oh God. AITHFUL. Ooh, I pop up. That's dope. Yeah, okay, we're live on YouTube now too. That's dope. Okay, so we're live on YouTube. Roger was killing that cow, muffed that draft. Yeah, no, I fully agree with it. It's we'll segue a little bit here to get back to Elijah Mitchell praise, but it is funny to think about the last 3 quarterbacks we took that were clearly Niner fans came out and said, yes, I am a 49ers fan, was Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and Josh Allen. And it's kind of funny because I bet we wish that we had all 3 quarterbacks. Man. Anyway. So I think that this draft proves why the hell did we take Trey Sermon? I'm not saying that he's a bust or not going to be a good Niner or anything like that, but it's just we had other needs there besides running back. And with the way Elijah Mitchell's turning out, I mean, very clear how we turn in late draft picks and undrafted free agents and we just turn them out. I mean, let's be real. If Elijah Mitchell might make the Pro Bowl, I mean, at least deserve some votes for the Pro Bowl. at least as an alternate. There you go. I couldn't think of the word. But you know what though? To give the Niners credit, there was a whole Jeff Tefford thing. That Jeff Tefford, I believe that was his name, the coach at Cal at the time. Um, you know, there was a stigma to quarterbacks he developed that also went into that. And the rumor I heard is that when Mike Nolan interviewed with Scott McCloughan interviewed Aaron Rodgers, they got a lot of arrogance and cockiness to him, and they didn't like that. And ultimately, that's, I guess, what ultimately led to the decision to choose Alex Smith. I believe it was something like Alex held the door open for his mom or something like that. And I believe that was what ended up making the decision to draft Alex Smith over Aaron Rodgers. I don't think Alex Smith was a bad pick. He just wasn't the first overall pick. I believe if you switched Aaron Rodgers and Alex Smith as far as draft position concerned, I believe that's slotted correctly right there. But also, before I keep on wanting to say that, I want to say this in review shows and everything like that. But let me know, Faithful, what you think about in the comments on YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch and Facebook. But do you think that Debo, it's time to start putting Debo in the MVP conversation? I mean, he won't win it because it's basically a quarterback award. Let's just be real. But I am curious to see, like, I think Debo definitely deserves some MVP talk. Because when you're starting to have the type of seasons that people start mentioning Jerry Rice and Terrell Owens with your type of seasons in Niner history and NFL history, I think you deserve some conversation for MVP talk. And it ain't like it's been a 1, 2, 3 week fluke. We're over halfway through the season. I mean, we got 6 games left. And the man's still killing it. Obviously going to miss 1 to 2 weeks, they expect. But we're going to see how that affects. Yeah, he's a beast and has plenty of heart. I love Debo's heart. You know that man gives 149% every single time he's on the football field. I love it. I love Debo as a person. I love Debo as a player. And that actually has nothing to do with him responding to a post that Jason had made from him. So it's pretty cool when you see Debo comment on a post that your social media manager made. But yeah, getting on to the Bam Bam defensive MVP of the Bam Bam defensive MVP of the week award. Man, it's gotta be none other than Mr. Azeez Al-Shaair. I mean, a team high 8 tackles, 7 solo, a pass defense, a pick, and I believe a forced fumble. Or a fumble recovery. Let me double check on that. Team stats, maybe. Full box score. It's not showing up. Yeah, okay. 1 fumble recovery. I mean, Jimmy Ward. Hey, I would totally take Jimmy Ward as MVP because you want to know why? We're not talking a lot about him. Jimmy Ward doesn't get talked about a lot. I mean, obviously in the Miami game, he was talked a lot with the pick, the 2 picks, including the pick 6. But Jimmy Ward doesn't get talked a lot about, and that's just because he does his job. Yeah, he doesn't make the splashy picks and all that, the splashy plays, but he just consistently does his job play after play. Although I want to know what the hell he was doing on that second Thielen touchdown. I don't know what the hell he was doing there. I mean, maybe that's on Talanoa Hufanga. Please correct me if y'all know better than I do, but I don't know what the hell he was doing on that play. But yeah, I mean, Azeez Al-Shaair, I mean, let's be real. Dre Greenlaw's played 1 game this year and part of another. And we haven't missed him. I see no problem with the way Azeez has played this year. Yeah, he's had his ups and downs, but do we re-sign Dre Greenlaw? That's obviously off-season talk, but I think that it's a legit conversation. Last year I would have told you, 2019 I would have told you no doubt. Last year I would have told you no doubt. This year, it's not a slam dunk. that Dre Greenlaw is going to come back next year. 18, let's see, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, because this is his third year. This is the last year of his contract. You know, I don't think he'd be holding out or anything like that. But after next year, do you bring him back? That's obviously a conversation for the offseason. But big shout outs to Aziz. Man, this got to be the second or third time he's won the Bam Bam Defensive MVP of the Week award. So big shout out. I love me some 51. You holding it down for Ken Norton. Definitely holding it down for Ken Norton. And if I'm not mistaken, Dikeo Spikes too. Dikeo Spikes was 51. So holding it down for Dikeo. Big shout out to Dikeo Spikes for signing my NFR hat. But we're going to go ahead and get out of here. I'm pretty sure dinner is ready. But before we do, we want to remind everybody, of course, to get your officially licensed Niner gear by using our affiliate link from shop49ers.com. It saves you 10%, and it really does help out the show. The link will be available in the video and podcast description, or you see it scrolling across your screen. Go to SeatGiant.com, use the promo code NinerFaithfulRadio to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. Go to NinerFaithfulRadio.com/subscribe to see everywhere you can find the show. And, of course, follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio, and on Twitter at NinerFaithfulR. And thank you for tuning in to the end of the show. As promised, this week's promo code for 10% off of For the Faithful by the Faithful apparel is HATE. That's HATE. Game, GAME. 2 separate words. 10% excludes any on sale items. Code expires midnight, December 6th, 2021. I shall see y'all on Friday for Niner Faithful Radio review. Or you know what? We might do it Thursday because I get off pretty late Friday. We'll see. But until then, we're going to say faith, love, and happiness. Go Niners. Fuck the Sheacocks.
Montana steps up, throws.
See ya.